painted a little too dark. It's alright. Yes, you approve?
Cute.
Yes. We're live!
Oh, are we?
Well, welcome.
Sorry.
We're
good.
We haven't been
turn
doing
off?
this.
Oh, God. Okay.
We haven't done this ever.
No,
this is our
we're
first
new.
episode, and we
Shit.
thank you guys for coming.
Oh, my God. We're such a mess.
So we watch what already happened?
There's a slight delay.
Usually just like a 5-second delay.
I mean, we don't have that super fast, super high speed internet
That's
like
because
you at
you
the
have-
mansion.
Because
Okay?
you have CenturyLink. We also don't have a pool with a fountain and 5 fireplaces and shit.
She probably has like swans. And everything.
Right? Do you have like swans in the pool?
We have a tortoise
Not quite a swan, but close enough.
and doves.
You would.
Yeah. Doves. Fucking doves.
She wakes up in the morning.
Right? And they all come flying in. Do they like make your bed and shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Figures.
Wow.
Figures.
I love.
Anyway,
that.
I didn't change the other shit. So welcome to season 7, episode 17 of Let's Have a Fefe. Our special guest this evening is Elisa Von Hoffner.
Oh, you did so good.
Thank you. I didn't even. It's not even written there anywhere.
It's written right there.
Oh,
Really
I didn't
big in bold letters.
I didn't see that.
Wow.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
He don't read so good.
Look who's talking.
I don't read so good. Oh, I like how it's all centered over there.
I know,
It hasn't done that before.
That's new.
Well, hello everyone.
Huh.
I'm Felicia Minor, and this is Freddy Prince Charming. This is not Freddy Prince Charming.
No. No, not this evening.
Maybe episode 1 of 1, maybe. That would have been true.
The hair is all wrong, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to get. I have scissors right there. We can fix it.
We could. Makeover!
They'll be like, "What happened to you?" I did a podcast.
And they cut all my hair off. I'm going to use it to make extensions for my own hair.
Oh my god.
It'll be
At Nationals Creative.
Ha!
This is your Wednesday night conversation, and for more than 6 years, yes, 6 years, it's been more than just the gossip. It's the issues that matter most to you. So welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. It's your Wednesday night. Whoa.
You already said that. Why haven't you taken that? We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Be sure to share this episode with all your friends so they can watch with you too.
Oh, and if you have friends that are Trump supporters, they love us.
Yes.
They love us.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
They hand wrote it on a flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
We're brought to you by Shelly Love Creative. You can find her at shellylovecreative.com. I'll say it at the end. And also wigsofakind.com. I'm not wearing a wig because
We'll just hold it.
here we go.
Like some bizarre pet from a Jim Henson movie.
Oh, should I make it move?
Oh God.
We're sponsored by Wigs of a Kind. You can find her at wigsofakind.com and on Facebook of Wigs of a Kind, all one word. And you can find the Burly Barbers who have cut both of our hair.
Both this weekend, we both went and got our hair did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mine was getting really mine was so long I was able to tuck it behind my ears.
That's mine was about that
like,
long,
it was,
and it was becoming like earmuffs.
Yeah.
Because I grow an afro, and the afro was starting to go this way, and I was like, whoa. That's when you know that you need to go to theburlybarbers.com. And we couldn't do this without you and your support on Patreon. We want to thank Joan Bish, and then Leanne Dutton. Oh my god, I said it right this time. Let's celebrate. Allison Gilliand, Lori, and... Oh, Lori. Wow.
Wow, you said Leanne's name right. And
Damn it! God, I can get through
Corey and Carrie McClemens, Brandon McGill, and Casey Starr. If you want to support us on Patreon and join the Fefe movement, you can. Look for us at patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe.
And this is not Sister Indica.
This is not Sister Indica. No, that was last week.
Elisa Von Hoffman.
I changed my bid on the show sheet.
I say it like that because she said she lives in a mansion.
Elisa Von Hoffman.
In Uptown.
Oh, excuse me, an uptown.
Sorry.
And she lives in the main house.
Yes.
Which means that we hold our pinkies high when we drink our Starbucks today.
What?
I have 2 fireplaces in my room.
Why is that necessary?
Because when you're rich, you don't know any
Well,
better.
one's in my bathroom and one's in my room.
Okay, we'll talk about this in a minute. Anyway, what'd you do this weekend? Did you hang out at the mansion or?
No, I didn't. I had installs all week. I installed, I worked Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I worked on some paintings, and then Monday and Tuesday I installed at Mesa Community College.
Oh, you have an install at Mesa Community College?
Yes, that one's up, and that's going to be up until, like,
Where's
March.
it at?
Mesa Community College.
No, wait.
In Mesa.
If Freddy is ever not here, I'm just going to be like, Lisa, girl. Quick-witted Lisa, can you come and join us?
That's exactly what I would say.
You know what? Forget it. Since your house sounds so big,
Right,
I'll
we're just
bring
gonna go there.
all of this to you.
We have a stage.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck this. We're moving this out of here and
We're
putting
just
it in
gonna go
her
there.
house.
How big is the stage? Can I bring a spotlight there? Like,
It's not huge,
No.
but
it can fit this.
yeah, if we get rid of the grand piano.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm getting a tour of our house mentally.
It's really cute.
All right, I'm sure that "cute" is the word that one uses.
I don't even want to
describe
talk about my
mansions.
weekend anymore.
Right?
Why did we let her go first?
Well, I flew to Paris on my private jet after dining and having a quick lunch in New York, and then we went to Berlin for a little while after Paris.
Oh, you
and it
went
was
to
just
lunch in New
lovely.
York? Ew.
No, it was quite nice, quite nice.
Oh, it was in Uptown.
It was, yes.
Oh, I see.
It's quite nice.
It wasn't very nice in New York this weekend, though.
No, it wasn't.
They had, like,
No,
the polar
that was not
blast.
very-
Oh, but the rich have
But
the heat.
we were high above the city,
True.
so everything was below us. It was fine.
And he had
Look
5
at all the
fireplaces.
little people.
Uh-huh.
There were 5 fireplaces just around our table.
Fuck, she's gonna watch that shit back. I'm never going there.
My airplane had 5 fireplaces as well. 6 if you count
Is
the
this
one
your
in the
friend?
cockpit.
Yes. Hi, Kami. She's in Denver.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we
She's
have
cold
friends
too, huh?
Yeah.
We have friends in Denver.
Yeah. Mm.
They don't have a mansion, though.
But they have a fireplace.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, they do have a fireplace. Well, that's good.
I mean, I guess we could go there, though.
We could.
Since Lisa won't let us stay at
Yeah,
her
that's
house.
fine, whatever.
She's local. Try to get in.
Right.
Anyway, did you say, is that all for your weekend?
That's plenty for her weekend.
Oh,
I mean,
You sound a little bit
my weekend was fairly uneventful. I mean, I did stuff, but it wasn't like anything hardcore.
Well, we talked about it last week, what you did, what you were planning.
Friday night, I was kind of incognito. I was thinking about putting a face on and going out in crown and sash, but I was like, so I went out incognito without any face on and sat in the corner at C7 to support because Espressa had her.
Because that's not uncommon, a white man sitting in the corner at C7.
Well, I fit right in, which is why nobody looked at me or paid any attention to me at all.
Not that I'm being prejudiced or racist. I'm just naming the stereotypes that may be factual to the establishment.
That's there. It's C7. Everybody knows who hangs out at C7. Like it's
I don't know what C7 is.
Oh, we should come to the next show that we have there. So
He's
I was
often
there for.
booked there. I'm bitter.
So I was there for a little bit. Hey Josh. Hey Victoria.
Oh, hey, Josh.
So I only stayed for a little bit because bitch is on a budget. I had $4 in cash and a Coke. So when both of those were done, I left because that's what I had. But I wanted to at least be able to go and support, and
So you were only there for a little bit.
I was only there for a little bit. Jimena Cavalli did find me.
Oh.
She was
That
like the
poor,
only person that.
unfortunate soul.
She was the only one that actually recognized me. I had Jeremiah Daniels standing right in front of me who didn't, like, he kind of looked at me and then just kept going. So it's actually kind of funny when I go out not in face, nobody recognizes me, which I always think is
What
really
and
interesting.
you know what's different too that changes like the whole presentation of the face? There's a hat.
There's that too.
No, but I mean like a brim
Right.
hat.
I
You
mean,
had a
I
brim
had worn
on.
the hat because I hadn't had a haircut, so that's why I wore that.
The next day.
And then Saturday morning, I got up and went to go hang out with Sister Indica and a few people, and we did a Blazed All Our Lives read through. Not the whole thing. We kind of skipped around a little bit to deal with just the scenes because not everybody was there, so we skipped around to like the different scenes and stuff. But I think it's going to go well. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to actually start recording and have that up. And then Sunday was rehearsal.
Do you know when the first episode is gonna
No,
go live? Oh.
I do not. We haven't recorded anything yet, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So my weekend, Friday, I don't think I did anything. No, I didn't do anything. Saturday turned into like a family day / let's take care of ourselves kind of day. Started with a haircut. On Friday I got my nails done. That's what it was.
Oh, Saturday I got a haircut after the thing because it's.
Mm-hmm. We got that. You said that already. And then so I got my nails done, got my hair cut, and then when we came home after family day I took a bath, like a hot bath.
Do you have a fireplace in your bathroom?
No, I don't. And they might kick me out if I installed my own.
They'd be fine. Drill a hole in the ceiling so it can vent. Totally fine.
Just open the window. And then I found these like pedicure things. Like you can put, like when you go to get a pedicure at a nail salon, they like put your feet in like wax and like moisturizer.
Wax?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I haven't had that done.
I figured since you have all the swabs and the pigeons,
right? You have all the things and you've never had your feet put in wax.
So anyway, you can go get these at Walmart if that's of your taking. I don't know.
Do you know where? Yeah, can you find them at Target maybe?
I could not find them at Target. That's why I went to Walmart.
Prime.
Amazon.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm a Prime girl.
That way she doesn't have to leave her house.
Oh, that's right. And
see, they might even have it on Prime now, so you can get it within 2 hours.
I don't want to leave the compound.
The compound. That's the commune. That's what it is. She's actually a part of a cult. The big house is the main house.
I mean, whatever gets her by. I'm not living her life. So, and then I just...
Are you allowed to be here? No, that's why she has to leave, huh? Yeah.
Damn. That's why we have limited time. So, on to the lesser of the happies. Scott's ex-wife and our children's mother passed away unexpectedly yesterday. We dealt with that yesterday. And I do this...
Did Scott hit the thing? It's freezing again, I keep saying.
If it's freezing, what?
Did Scott unplug the thing?
Oh, we're moving.
Ryan says it keeps freezing.
Possibly. I'll go check in a minute. But, so, we've had a little bit of a transition period. So, there may be some shows where it's canceled because, I have to move out of this room because, family first, this is a privilege, honestly, that I can keep my craft in here, and not just drag, but I like work in here too. So, so I need to clear this out, and we may be doing the show in the dining room.
So if y'all notice, we probably won't have all this stuff up
right away.
Right away. So just bear with us as Felicia transitions and gets everything situated and we do what we need to do and Felicia takes care of everything they need to so just bear with us for the next few weeks if things get canceled or shifted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going away. We'll just
so also we are in charge of doing the funeral and all of those things. So if you haven't been to our Facebook pages, either mine or my husband's, or Freddy's, that's right. And there's several people that have shared it.
I know
lost
Marissa
count.
has.
Marissa did share it. Thank you. And if you want to donate, I think we were close to 1,000. Which
Funeral costs are expensive.
Yes.
Like,
so,
put me in a cardboard box and throw me in an oven.
And I know somebody was asking, like, it can't be that expensive. It is, but if it goes over the amount, just think that it's not going back to me at all. Because I'm still...
Who said it can't be... The person who said it can't be that expensive,
Isn't it like 7,000 or something?
Usually the minimum it costs for any kind of thing, whether you get the bare minimum coffin, whether you get cremated, whatever, the bare minimum you're looking at is usually at least $3,000.
So we asked for like $1,650, but like, if it goes over that, just know that it doesn't go to me. If any money is left over, it will go to help feed the kids. I hate to sound like that, but this is like very unexpected. So it's not like, I mean, I do save money, but I don't have enough set aside that we could.
You've gone from feeding 2 people to now feeding
4,
almost 5.
Yes. Oh well, yes. Our daughter is pregnant, so
yeah. You know, so it's
a heavy load, but we got it. And, we got it.
You know, being unexpected, and you know, so I'm sure that they would appreciate any help, whether it's monetary. What if folks had like stuff, they brought you a casserole or something like that?
I have had people offer. I have held off this week because I just want to see how people are. I don't want to invite people over when people. This is just barely day 2. Right. So
I'll make you a gluten-free baked macaroni and cheese. I'll bring that.
Okay. But I don't want to tell people to come over when I don't know how the situation is. I mean, we're holding it together because that's what we do, and that's what parents do, and we also have been talking to each other, and I want to let anybody know that if you're dealing with a loss, that communication is open. Please refrain from the following.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? How did it happen? And when did you find out? Please refrain from anything that is beyond, like, if I don't really know you, I'm really not going to tell you. So,
I remember, you remember when Dylan died, one person in particular, specifically this person, sent me a message right after it happened. Didn't say, hey, I'm really sorry. Dylan was like my best friend. And didn't say, hey, I'm sorry. Didn't say, you know, is everybody hanging in there okay? You know, whatever. Nothing like that. First question out of his mouth was, did he kill himself? Do not ask somebody that. Like, that is probably one of the most inappropriate things.
It's very inhumane.
Like, especially if you don't know the person. Like, especially if you're not really friends with either one of them. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, don't do it. It's not okay. Like, if there's certain conversations that, like, Felicia will have with me that she may not have with somebody else. We've known each other a long time. There's conversations that I will have with Felicia that I will not have with other people. So don't assume that you are, just because I know you, that you can be like, hey, I can ask whatever the fuck I want. And it's just rude. Just don't. Just be like, hey, I'm checking in. If you need anything, let me know. Leave it at that. Just leave it at that. That's all that needs to happen. You don't need to keep going. Like, just stop. Leave it at that and be done.
So that's the end of my moment, and I thank all of you who have donated to the cause, who have offered to bring plates, and it made me like really, I don't want to say reminiscent, but kind of like when my grandparents died. People, the neighborhood, it almost felt like the neighborhood shut down and came to my house, because I mean, those were the people that knew us, and they were like, we're here. You don't have to worry about cooking. You don't have to worry about this. You don't have to. I mean, there were some people that offered to do your laundry, and I was like, well, hey.
If anybody would like to do laundry, I have some.
Me too.
Wait a minute.
You don't have a manservant or something in your...
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet, she said. If anybody would like to apply, I'm sure they're hiring.
I need a boyfriend assistant.
Oh, she's talking about deep. She wants deep. She want love. She said she want love.
I didn't hear anything about love. She just said boyfriend.
Or lust.
Assistant.
Whatever.
Assistant.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah,
Make it
I didn't
those
hear
words
anything about love in
She
there.
said boyfriend. Oh, I assumed.
No, why? What?
She needs somebody to clean out the fireplace.
She wants she needs the pool boy that she can bang on the side, basically, is what she
Oh, like Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Our house guy that works on our house used to be at Chippendale.
So wait a minute.
Yes,
What I want to figure out is how we're going to schedule the show around your place.
Get out. Just go. Just get the fuck out. The hell.
I think we have
Oh
enough.
my
I think
God.
we know enough now.
Right, that was great. Thanks for the interview. It was really great talking to you.
What I want to know
Oh my
is
God.
when are we going to start the show at her house?
Right?
She doesn't have to be there. Just give me a key. I'll be fine.
Right. As long as can you have your houseboy there doing stuff while we're there?
I mean, we could set it up
I
so
could break something.
That would be great if you
and
could
we
make
just
that
smooth the
happen. That
camera
would be
over to
fantastic.
him and just be like, this is our voices, but watch this. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk to our guest a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Tell us, Lisa.
So
Mhm.
Tell you what.
I actually remember running in when we ran into her because it was on First Friday when
Correct.
we were downtown, and in fact I think I took that picture.
You did.
Yeah, see, I don't remember much, but I remember some things sometimes.
In the past. As
Right.
soon as it hits that long-term memory, you're
It's
good.
gone.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do remember taking the picture because I remember we were walking around
It's very
one of the
hot
little
and
art
sweaty
galleries.
that day.
You were
Yeah.
posing really well,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I was really awkward.
Actually, I remember you saying that. I think you said something about that too. But we were wandering around First Friday. We were promoting one of the spotlight shows, and we were wandering around one of the art galleries, and there was this absolutely stunning picture with this frame that was
I should have put it on the computer
Should
to
have.
show people.
The frame was just in itself, the frame was a piece of art. Like it was
Yes.
like, holy shit.
And then it had a beautiful human being just
Mhm.
all
Mm.
voluptuous serving it up right there. Yum.
Yeah. So that's our when.
I'll post it.
Right,
I'll
so-
post it.
So tell us a little bit how you got started, doing the art thing and what brought you to Phoenix and where people
I've
can find your stuff.
always liked making things. Like when I was little, I would cut up wood in the basement and make furniture. I ripped a sheet up and stretched a canvas and used house paint and watched a Bob Ross and used a spackle tool and did it.
Whoa.
And then
Was that in another mansion?
No, that was in I lived in a house with 3 bedrooms and 6 kids. So I've come a
Wow.
long way.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wow.
Um,
That's why she has
You
a
only
mansion.
had
She
one
needs
fireplace.
space.
You only had one fireplace. They were poor.
Me too.
She is getting you together. Oh my gosh.
They only had
But,
2
Yeah,
fireplaces.
I've just always been creative and liked making things, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to go to school for it.
Mhm.
I thought I wanted to do something in the medical field, just because that's what my family does. But I went to art school and I loved it, and then went to grad school, and now I'm too invested in it to do anything else at this point.
Oh, Brooklyn didn't get here on time. So, Brooklyn, this is Elisa Von Hoffner. She's a local artist
Hi, Brooklyn.
because you weren't here.
And
You're
she lives in a
late.
mansion.
She lives in a
uptown.
mansion uptown with 5
And
fireplaces
a fountain.
and a
fountain.
fucking fountain, a tortoise,
doves.
and a Chippendale that does shit, and a stage and a grand piano and whatever.
And it
Fucking Annie.
sounds like we're gonna lease some area in
Right.
her house at some point.
Just gonna
Mhm.
move in. They won't even know we're there. We'll just get lost in there in the West Wing. It's fine.
Mhm.
I'll be like, Lisa, I'm here. I don't see you. What room are you in? Number 67? Oh, I'm on the other side. Oh.
Never mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
So yeah, then I went to undergrad in Georgia, and I loved it. Loved the South, and then I moved back north. I'm from Philly. I don't think I said that. And then I wanted to go somewhere else for grad school, so I was looking at New Orleans, and just like the Southeast was kind of calling me, or Southwest was calling me.
Close enough.
Yeah, whatever. I had never been there before, so I did a trip out here, and I really liked it. And then I just ended up meeting a lot of great people, have a really great network in the art community. I teach at ASU sometimes when they need me, and just like it here now.
She's stuck.
Nice. So, actually, Phoenix actually has Arizona in general has a pretty good art community.
Mm-hmm.
Like Phoenix
once you get into it, I think.
Right, you have to get your foot in the door.
If you're an outsider, it might be a little bit difficult, but like going to school, you're like inserted into that community.
Right.
So
yeah, getting your foot in the door can be a little bit tricky, but once you're in and you know where to go and you have those connections, there's actually a pretty thriving art community both here and in Tucson for sure. So
something that's kind of remarkable is that Lisa's artwork is different in the source that she can interchange some of the pieces. We're saying something about that. So tell people. I mean, I wish I could like do that from here. Because if I do it on there, they'll freeze, and then they'll be like, "Oh my god!" And then I'll be like, "Oh."
Just pull it up on your phone and be like, "See."
Oh, I can't do that.
Oh god. Okay. So tell us about the pieces that you kind of you can sort of mix and match.
Right. So I started doing these circular paintings, and I hung them on French cleats, which basically means that they are like suspended in front of the wall, so there's space behind them, so they're kind of floating. And then I just sort of had this aha moment to put neon around them. So I took a neon class at ASU, and then from there they just became more and more dimensional. I started building up the panels, and then I got into installation, and it just started growing more out into the audience's view. And then what you were talking about is making them interchangeable is just because my pieces are very large, they're very heavy, so I started making paintings that are broken down into parts, and then I can rearrange them and use them for different pieces, and also arrange them on site, so I'm not like transporting this. Like,
that's freaking awesome! Like that's, and I know you've got pieces up at Mesa Community College, which is in Mesa.
I'm not listening to you. I just want to show. I don't know if I can do this right. Oh god! There we go.
That's us.
It's a little blurry, but
I think the picture's also posted on our Facebook.
Yeah.
And so there's a light component to my work too. I like to manipulate light. I use neon or LEDs. Sometimes I'll direct a light at a material that will create rainbows on the wall.
Oh.
Fancy as shit.
I mean, maybe if we decide where I'm going, I mean, if you have room in your mansion,
right?
You just set up a studio in there.
So where do you have pieces where people can go see them?
Right now, just at Mesa Community College, but I'm sort of in the middle of an install for ArtLink, which happens tomorrow. It's in Phoenix at this like shopping center. It's like 3123 3rd. Yeah, you don't know. I don't know either. But if you look up ArtLink juried, and it will juried exhibition. It's there, and you have to get tickets for it, but the tickets are free.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're trying to keep track of how many people.
Yeah, and it's tomorrow. So.
What's tomorrow?
Thursday.
Oh, jeez. You don't know how bad time kind of stood still yesterday.
I'm sure.
I went to dinner, and there was we went to Cracker Barrel, and I sat there for 10 minutes looking at the menu, and I said, I want the Saturday plate. And then the waitress said, it's Tuesday. I said, oh, would you imagine that? So yes.
What's the Saturday?
Felicia's been sitting there since Saturday, is what she didn't mention. Is that she just took a while looking at the 10 minutes looking at the menu.
Oh my god. I wish I could. It was chicken and rice or wild rice or something like that.
Huh.
And that's what I wanted.
At Cracker Barrel?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Good old American food.
Chicken and wild. Okay.
I don't know.
Sounds very white.
American food?
I'm just saying.
Have you not been to Cracker Barrel?
I have, but usually for like
You
breakfast.
said it like it.
I don't eat
I'm
like...
done with you today. I cannot. Lisa, back to you. You gotta go. We cutting up in here. Oh, Jesus. So, you're installing at ArtLink, and then are there any future pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in March, there's something called Art Detour, which is a big thing in the city. There's shows everywhere.
Whoa.
But there's this gala that they have. And
At your mansion?
It's not at my mansion this time.
Oh.
It's at Bentley Gallery, and I'll have a piece there.
Of course.
Which I still have to make that piece, so.
Oh, you better get on it.
How long does it take you to make a piece?
How long should it take, or how long does it take?
Yes.
Not in artist time. I mean, in real time.
Right.
I probably need. Well, it's hard to say, but like maybe like 7 full days. For a small piece.
Okay, I was gonna say
that frame took me like 3 months.
Okay, I was gonna say that was
painting
so
like 16-hour days.
If you told me it took a week to do that, I'd be like, okay, we
no,
ready.
Just the part on the bottom, the floret or whatever it is, took me a week.
Jesus.
I mean, beauty takes time.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about it, but is there anything else that people need to know about you that you want them to know about you, other than you live in a mansion with 5 fireplaces?
And a Chippendale. Not the furniture kind.
You can follow me on
Although she probably has
Instagram.
that too.
My name's Lisa Lee, Lisalii.
I'll post it.
Okay. Why are you looking at Felicia? Did you not know how to spell that?
Okay.
She's like, my name is Lisa Lee, Lisalii. Like, you're waiting for Felicia to confirm that.
I'll just grab it off.
Can they find it anywhere else? Twitter, Facebook, anything?
Just on Facebook, and it's just my name, Elisa Von Hoffner. I have a website, but I need to update it. LisaVonHoffner.com.
We know nothing about that.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, I posted it, I think. Did it go?
Yes. Yes, it did.
Absolutely. Well, she has to go finish installing this piece.
But we're glad you took a minute to come out and hang out with us for a little bit.
I needed to relax.
What I want to say is thank you for coming out, even though you were doing something. Because we have people that cancel all the
We have people that literally cancel.
I really needed to cancel, but I'm like not a flake.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah. That's actually good. That's it.
For a desert, Phoenix has a lot of snowflakes.
I will say that it is as. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this.
We're always going to be busy.
Right, and that's the thing is that people are always busy. God knows I'm fucking busy. Like, I'd be like to be like, I'm sorry, I got shit to do. Because I have shit to do. Like, I'm planning for a national competition. I have shit to do. But the thing is that I know that I also made commitments. And unless I'm dying, I will be here. And even sometimes when I'm dying, I'm like, there, let me just video in. So...
Well, and all your fans are waiting.
Well, there's that, too. But I do...
They don't watch it for me. They watch it for
professionalism is huge in any industry. When it comes to artists, there's a tendency for artists to garner reputations of being flaky.
Really?
A lot of times, yes.
Visual artists or just artists?
Artists in general.
More of entertainers.
It's like they. I don't know. Like it's I can't be bothered doing this, or like it comes across as like a
statistically speaking, it's more of our local artists that flake out.
It is. I absolutely. But
again, thank you for being here.
No, for sure. You're still relatively young. So the fact that you are like, no, I made a commitment, and yes, I have shit to do, but I'm gonna go do this anyway. Like, yeah, like don't lose that, because that's like a massive thing, and it is. It's good for your brand. It's good for your reputation. Because there are artists, like there's all sorts of artists that people are very hesitant to work with because they are unprofessional in one way or another. They're kind of flaky, whatever it is. So as long as you keep that up, man, you're gonna have like people are gonna be like, oh yeah, no, she'll be here. I know she'll be here. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's.
Were you a little bit worried?
No.
Okay.
Right? No, we're not. We've had people literally cancel 10 minutes before.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll be like, where are you at? And I'll be like, oh, I can't make it, girl. I'm like, oh.
Thanks for letting us know.
I've been promoting you all day long.
Couldn't have told us that 12 hours ago. Thanks. And like we understand that things come up. You know, like absolutely. Like we had one guest. You know, there were a bunch of layoffs at work, so they had to pick up the slack, and shit happens like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But that was still in advance.
Right. She let us know the day before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's a good thing. So yeah, this whole like last minute bullshit.
So I'll let her go.
Okay, you can go. Thank you
Thanks for
so
having
much.
me.
You guys find her on social media. Go find her on Instagram and
walk you
stuff.
out.
Okay.
Are you gonna do the
Oh,
tip?
you're welcome. Thank you.
Gonna do the tip?
I will do the tip. I won't wait till you come back though, because
Yes, I need to know about
you do need to know about this because this is something that came up last week. So my tip, my tip this week was inspired by the conversation that we were having with Sister Indica last week. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, the snow. What? Okay, it's because it's 48 degrees, and you know we're getting our own polar vortex here. So, so last week when Sister Indica was here, we were talking about the things that, like the unrealistic things that porn teaches us, right? The unrealistic expectations that we get from porn, and the idea of squirting came up. So I said last week that this week I was going to talk about squirting. So that's what my tip is going to be like. We're going to talk about female ejaculation and squirting, but I need to wait till Felicia gets back, because otherwise I'm going to miss it. She's going to miss it, and then she's going to be mad. So, you know. But it's interesting. This is actually like legitimate, like, educational shit here. So, as soon as Felicia is walking around, she has to walk to the other wing. That's why she has to, you know. We're not done, Scotty. All right.
I don't know if I felt like talking about what we're gonna talk about in front of children.
Probably not. Okay, so
No, she's not a child.
Well, she is pregnant.
Yes.
All right, so
I'm just gonna take up this whole space.
That's what I'm like spreading across here.
We don't often get this.
I know. So, all right, so we're gonna talk about female ejaculation and squirting, which I'm just gonna put out there.
Did you explain to them why we're talking about
Yes,
this?
I did.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna put this out that you do not need a penis to ejaculate. All you need is a urethra. Anybody can ejaculate. So, but the interesting thing is the scientists and expert actually have come to the conclusion that squirting or gushing, like you see in porn, and female ejaculation are actually two different things.
Oh.
Here's wow. Now this is, like I said, this is actually going to be legitimately educational. So squirting, the mess that you see in like porn, where they're all
and it looks like pool water later.
Right. That is, so that's squirting or gushing in porn.
Is that the scientific term?
That's yeah, essentially.
I mean, that's all we need to know.
And it's a thinner, clear fluid, and it basically comes from the bladder and exits through the urethra.
But it's not pee.
It's not, basically what it is a watered down urine. It's not, because the thing. Okay, so but I'm gonna explain what the difference is. I'm gonna explain what the difference is. So that's squirting, and that's one of the reasons, because it's a thinner fluid. That's why it can go everywhere, because it's not. It's, you know. Ejaculate is a thicker, whitish fluid containing similar components to semen. They're actually similar.
But let's clarify this for people that may not be of the intelligent sorts. Women cannot make themselves pregnant.
No, women cannot make themselves pregnant because semen
I feel like
is
that
not...
question would be coming from
Semen
somebody.
is not sperm. Sperm is found in semen.
I just feel like people ask that question.
And women and most people with vaginas do not have sperm. So,
I'm just answering.
So, ejaculate is the thicker whitish fluid containing similar components to semen. And it actually comes from the Skenes glands, also known as the female prostate. Now,
what?
I'm explaining what it is. Now, the Skenes glands, and this is something I actually had to Google because I've heard of it, but I needed to get more information. So, the Skenes glands are found on the front wall of the vagina. That's not the G-spot. It's around the G-spot. It's near the G-spot, but they are not the G-spot. The glands are found on the front wall of the vagina, and they have openings that can release ejaculate. So it's like they're so
the vagina is so complicated,
right? It's the things that you learn. A 2017 study actually indicates that the glands can increase the number of openings to accommodate larger amounts of fluid secretion. Right?
How come my penis don't do that?
Now, the thing is, the difference between what happens with somebody with a penis and what happens with someone with a vagina is that when a person with a penis ejaculates, it's coming from the testicles, and the prostate swells.
Mm-hmm.
When the prostate swells, it swells around the urethra, but it blocks basically...
Oh, it's like the cutoff.
Right, so it blocks it from the bladder. So most people with penises cannot pee when they have an erection.
That is true.
They have to wait a little bit for the
door to open.
Right, for the swollen... And that doesn't mean the erection has to go completely down, but...
Or at all.
It has to... The swelling of the prostate has to subside in order to let that go. I can contest to that. So, right. So, you know, the difference with that and someone with a vagina...
I hate you, Eddie Omega.
I'm not even... I'm ignoring it. I'm not even reacting. Fuck. And then... The difference with someone with a vagina is that when the female prostate swells, it doesn't swell around the urethra. So when you have the squirting that happens, and they've actually done clinical trials with people. So what they've done is they've taken their door doesn't close. Correct. So what's happened is they've taken ultrasounds of people before things with a completely empty bladder. Mm-hmm. And then they have them do things to either themselves or with a partner or whatever to get them to that point where they're about to squirt. Mm-hmm. And they do an ultrasound before that happens, and they find that the bladder fills back up. And then right after squirting, it immediately goes away again. So if you test the different types of fluid, you have the ejaculate and then you have the squirting. If you test both fluids, the fluid that you get when you are squirting it's like watered down urine with some ejaculate in it, whereas the ejaculate is more like semen with a little bit of things like urea and stuff like that in it. They're sexual secretions. They're both sexual secretions, but they're different in that the ejaculate is definitely more...
Are these both intentional? I think that's the question I wanted to ask you.
Yes. So you can't just be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just like...
You can't just be like down for it and be like, I'm going to squirt.
Right. Like it does, you have to do something, but it doesn't necessarily, it's like, the common misconception is it's all about the G-spot stimulation, but it's not. It's just knowing what works for you. That's why you see the women in porn when it comes to squirting, not ejaculate. Mind you, when they were doing tests and things like that, they found that most women, I wish they would say people with vaginas, but they weren't testing. They were mostly just testing women. That's the whole thing. They weren't testing like trans men or anything like that. But so when they do tests on women when it comes to like squirting and things, they find that most women will ejaculate, but it doesn't always get completely released. A lot of it kind of gets sucked back in.
Where does it go?
It goes back into the glands, and sometimes
She like
back
Spider
into
Woman?
It, the human body is a very interesting thing, and the vagina is more complicated than people think.
Oh my god. I gotta be careful what I ask for.
Right. you asked. So when it comes to like the porn that you see with the women that are like squirting everywhere, that is actual squirting, not ejaculation, although they might
But how do
ejaculate.
they do that on cue? I mean, never mind. That's not the right question.
That's how
because I do know film stars that
they know what works for them, and they know how they can get it to do what they need it to do.
Mm.
So, it's a lot of half mental, half physical. I know what I can do, and then there you go.
That's so interesting.
Right? Isn't it? And like I said, G-spot stimulation isn't always necessary. And when it comes to like squirting or ejaculation, they're actually both fairly common, but nobody ever really talks about it.
Do they have the... Keep going. I have a question.
It's estimated that, and it's hard because, like I said, people don't really talk about it, so it's an estimated between 10 and 50% of women actually ejaculate during sex. This isn't squirting, this is ejaculate.
Does that come with an orgasm? Because you can ejaculate without having an orgasm.
No. It is not connected to an orgasm. You can ejaculate without having an orgasm.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
But
no, women can also, people with vaginas can ejaculate without having an orgasm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of interesting and not as sort of straightforward as folks would think.
I was expecting like here's how it happens, here's how it goes. And
most
but you
people
done slammed the door open.
Most people that experience squirting, like the mess that you get, most of them tend to experience it first through G-spot stimulation. I remember when I was working at Fascinations and things.
You
9
tried
times
this
out
out
of
for
10,
them?
no.
Oh.
9 times out of 10, women would come in. They would, they'd say, well, I want to, try this or whatever, and we'd always recommend specific toys that had the angle on it to be able to hit that G-spot. And 9 times out of 10, they would come in and be like, "Oh my god."
Too much?
Just, they make a mess. So yeah, it's interesting. It's
Sex is fun, but it's always messy.
Sex is fun, and sex is. I don't mind messy. Messy, I can deal with. Like,
I don't like cleaning up afterward. Should just
put a towel down. Plastic sheets, get a puppy pad, put it under there. And they do it in hospitals.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
So there you go. All the things that you never knew you needed to know about squirting and female ejaculation.
And I did get questions about why I wanted to know that. I don't know how to explain it. I do watch all varieties of the adult film industry. But that has always been something that's interesting to me, is that the women are so, I don't know how to say this, but they always seem so well equipped. Like they I could say guys know their body, but women know their bodies better. Right. If that makes any sense to you at all. Because I was like, okay, I don't even know what this is.
It's interesting. Like, things like this is.
But it was almost like to me, not an involuntary. It was like she just, and it was like, oh,
Now, I've actually been on the giving end of a few things with folks that have been squirters, and a couple of them, it was like their first time, and you can tell that it's their first time because they immediately freak out.
Or they go, oh shit, what was that?
They do. It's actually kind of funny. I've been with a couple of people who I actually made them squirt for the first time, and
well, good for you.
Thank you. But it's always amusing because I don't
fit
like
any more titles on your sheet,
right?
Okay,
because I don't mind it at all. Like, it doesn't bother me. Some people think, oh my god, it's messy, it's gross, whatever. I don't mind it at all. But you can tell when it's like their first time because they're like, oh my god, what was that? Holy shit! But then what's funny is that most of the time after that, like that's
the norm,
right? Like that's like they know that like if they can hit that point, then they're good. But no, it's
That's funny that you say that. I remember the first time I like had multiple orgasms. I had to like look up to make sure that men had multiple orgasms. Because I was like, you know, like you go like, am I in my safe place?
You're like, oh, and you're like apologizing. You're like, I'm sorry. Was that like, ooh?
And you're like, okay, I'm okay.
And interesting fact. So fun fact for me, so I.
Surprise!
Oh my
god, that would be hilarious if somebody jumped out of your vagina.
Oh my god. So my partner, I mean like a baby. So my partner's always making fun of me because I have no problem sleeping with men. I have no problem, whatever, right? But my problem, I guess you could say, is I don't like the mess when it comes to men. I can handle everything else, but then the spooge is like, I don't know. I'm like...
But you just said it's similar.
I know! And that's completely different for me. Like, I have no problem with my partner making a fucking... But
some people are just nasty when they...
It's the same consistency.
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
Female ejaculate is the same consistency. Squirting is not the same consistency.
Yes, you're right.
But when it comes to, like, a woman squirting, I have no problem with that. I will keep... I mean, like, there'll be mess everywhere, like, all over the place. But when it comes to a dude, I'm like... Please don't aim that at my face. Put it somewhere else. If it gets in my eye, we're gonna have a problem. Or you have like the random thing where you have a shooter and it just goes somewhere and you're like, where the fuck did it go? And then you find it like on your wall, you know? Like, I just don't like that. And I don't know why. Like, it gets crunchy and crazy. Like, I don't like it.
We're not.
I can't handle everything else. Like, I can handle pretty much
You're such
everything.
a hater.
I just don't like spooge. Sorry. Like, I just don't.
You're just a man.
I'm like, can you put it somewhere that I don't have to see it? Like, I want to.
How is that?
I don't know.
You're like, turn around. I know you want to see this part. Don't get it. Just don't get it on me.
Yeah, and like in your hair, like in your eyelashes and shit. And like, you know, they try to aim it somewhere, but then they miss and it goes off.
All I can say is, yes, this has happened to me. I got it in my eye.
It happens. It happens. And
once from somebody else and once from myself. I would say it's worse because I didn't expect it for myself.
That'd be funny. You're all, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
It burns.
Yeah.
Burns
Spooge
a lot.
in the eye doesn't feel good.
It burns a lot.
No.
It's like the babies are trying to find their way around.
They're gonna find it through. They go through the eye socket.
Sir, you're pregnant in your eye. Not cute. Not cute.
Oh, so there you go.
That's very.
Did you learn?
I'm very
something?
turned around right now. Just very. I thought I understood everything. I'm a well-educated person. Let me tell you. Sometimes when we sit here, I think, well, I knew that, but I didn't know that much about it. I mean,
you've learned a lot on this, through this segment. Like, there's been a lot of stuff.
Well, and I tell people all the time, I probably would not know as much as I know about trans people. I'm saying people. Sexually.
Sorry.
Than on this show. No, because I think that's where the problem lies. You see,
the lack of education.
The lack of education is so rampant in our cisgender, everywhere.
And even when we like,
but it's really hard hatred when it comes to cisgender males.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because I am one, but I'm also more on the bendy side. I think
you definitely, because I mean, I wouldn't say that you were trans, but I think you can fall sort of somewhere under the sort of the gender fluid almost.
Yes,
with the nails, with the, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not to say that you aren't like. It's,
I feel like the cisgender males get caught up in this is my penis.
Right, they're not. I think that
this is my penis, and I'm gonna play with my penis.
Some people get very caught up in like gender has to be this or this. Like it's
the only
black
reason
or
why I
white.
say that is because for some reason I was in disbelief that this actually happened until it keeps happening to me. Like I'm like, no, that's not how it works. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh, do you? And I'm like, no, but I understand. I mean, it doesn't take that long to educate yourself. You got the internet. You got...
Right? Look, we can educate somebody in about 10 minutes on any subject you want. I think we need to do a podcast where we basically go back and redo all my tips and just do it as a podcast.
Oh yes, we could record that. We should do that for our Patreon. We should. You should listen to our Patreon. We can actually broadcast things on Patreon that nobody else can see.
Oh. I would like to do that, but I don't have access to Patreon because Felicia will give me the password to the
you could do it right now. Log in before we're done.
But to the email, I need to have access to the
same
email.
password.
I tried that. I told you, and it said no.
Oh my god. Just like the calendar. You say you don't have access to the calendar. I'll give you access to the calendar.
Oh my god.
We have this discussion at least once a year. And I feel like I give you access to it. And then you say, oh, well, I don't have access to it. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'll just tell you who's next. Jesus. Though our calendar is moved around because I fucked up. Don't do things when you're distracted.
No, see.
Because I tried to book people yesterday and I fucked up the calendar.
Oops. All right, what have we got going on?
So on the 22nd, we have the Cat Cafe. We have the Cat Bingo. It's Superheroes Edition. I was thinking about making my own superhero.
I ain't got time to make my own goddamn superhero things. I gotta figure something out.
I can't make it, but somebody could. Though somebody told me today that I don't have that wide of a figure, so I could make anything I wanted. I was like, well, too small is too small, though. I do know that. It's at La Gattara. Did I say it right? I'm doing pretty well today. Yeah. Damn. There's no hair. Sorry, Marissa. It's not you. It's me.
February 24th, I am booked at The Rock for late night snacks with Benediction. I'm kind of excited about that.
And then just before you, I am in the Miss Gay Supernova USofA newcomer pageant. I am not competing.
Is that's at The Rock too?
Yes. I am a former Miss Gay Supernova USofA newcomer, so I'm performing. Maybe I should stay for late night snacks.
You should.
Maybe I can get a G-phone in there. Hey!
Send a message to Benediction. Ask her.
Oh, happy birthday to her, too.
Oh, yeah. Benediction and Sister Indica.
Yeah.
And Ryan.
And
everybody, apparently. Visa, too.
Is it his birthday?
His birthday was yesterday. Everybody's birthday was yesterday, apparently.
Him over the weekend.
I know. So, let's see. What else have we got here?
Don't you have something else?
I'm hosting the Raw event on the 21st.
And that's it? You're not dually booked?
No, not for February. So I'm still looking for...
Gives you more time to stone.
I know, I still got shit to do, but I'm also trying to still, have as much money as I possibly can for things like gas and food and,
How much stuff do you need now?
Pet sitter.
Well, you got too many animals. I got too many people in this apartment. That ain't going
Let's bring them all. I'm gonna drop Sparky and Marissa with it.
Actually, you could drop them off here, and then I'll go stay at your house.
There you go. I'm right on the light rail.
Sounds feasible to me.
Actually, you could totally. You want you come. You come stay at my house.
You
watch
come.
my
You
stuff.
come stay at my house.
You come stay at my house. You watch my people. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So he needs money for nationals.
I'm open for all bookings. I'm actually caught up on all my masks, so if anybody wants to order a mask, they can do so.
Every pattern is different. I promise.
They're all fucking different. All of them. Every single one of them. I do still have stuff on my Amazon wish list if anybody wants to help out with that. Obviously, it's not. Whatever, it's there.
You need to post it again, or maybe I'll bring it to the top of the.
No, just look it up.
Do you need Oh, so cash for hotel, van, and rental. He's also selling pins, magnets, and stickers. In lieu of that, too, if you you need to figure out if you can get money on Facebook, because if that's connected to your PayPal or whatever.
It is. That's how people pay me for stuff.
Yes, you could send money on Facebook.
You can, and PayPal. I even have, what's it called, Zelle now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do Zelle as well. Yeah.
There's all kinds out there.
Yeah.
Also, just so you guys are aware, we are, and when I say we are, I mean I am, working on rebuilding our website and opening a store. The store might come first because that's something that is of my desire because I'm more creative than I am. I know how to code and but that takes time. And
I remember I used to code HTML back in MySpace days.
Well,
and Angel Fire. I used to do Angel Fire websites, and I had to put in the code and things.
I was a pro at that.
I used to do all the HTML for my Angel Fire website. GeoCities, remember GeoCities?
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. And then you waited forever.
Dial-up, for God's sake.
For your stuff. And then if you wanted to put an animation in, you waited for the animation to load.
And I had to wait forever, but you couldn't put that much on because otherwise it would, like, nothing would
Or it would say your page is not loading
right.
fast enough. And you're like, well, I only added my name.
Right. Oh, God, we're old. Oh,
Half of the people watching this are probably like, what
are you talking about?
So keep an eye out for that. We'll work on that. Or I'll work on that.
I can work on some of it. I just don't know what to do.
Good. When I start loading the website and loading all the episodes on it, you can load all the episodes on it.
I don't think we need to do all the episodes. I think we should just do the most current one and then link to the YouTube.
Ugh.
Save much easier, and then they don't have so much shit bandwidth taken up on the website.
It's not taking up anything.
Whatever, it's fine.
This isn't GeoCities. You don't get only 4 pages, and then you pay for the ones after. God damn it. Are we aging ourselves on here?
Probably. Keep an eye on our Facebook or Instagram for upcoming guests. We've got...
Don't say the second one.
Thank you. We've got pop star, genderbender, and professional power bottom Sir Jet coming up. We've got Arizona Queen Miss Nature. We've got Brandon McGill's going to be back on with us. He actually asked me
March. And then, if I can get my calendar together, because she was one of those people that I double booked, Sassy Diaz will be joining us. Sassy C. Diaz. And then...
Katie Cage, I know, is going to be on at some point.
I have to get her together, too.
Yeah, so...
And then, who else? Jeff Burtlag? He's a writer.
He's on my Facebook.
He is.
Oh, not my Facebook, my Instagram.
He is.
Yes.
And he's Brandon McGill's friend. It's from that network that I got it from. And then, if you guys have any suggestions on who I should be booking, please do send them my way. Don't automatically assume just because you send somebody my way that they will be booked.
Right.
I do need a reason to book them.
Right.
I don't like that. How do I say this nicely? I don't like the
people that have nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you do?
Right.
Nothing.
Thank you again to our sponsors, ShellyLoveCreative.com, WigsOfAkind.com, and TheBurleyBarbers.com. And, of course, special thanks to Brandon, Leanne, Carrie, and Corey, Allison, and Joan, and Casey
Everybody.
For supporting us on Patreon. Make sure that you check out patreon.com/Let'sHaveAFefe. We're going to get more content up there soon. Things have been
April.
crazy. Yes, March is...
I mean, I have stuff that's still sitting. I've been busy.
Oh, God. I could do it, but I don't have
You're busy, too.
access to anything because...
You're busy, too, so don't even try that.
Oh, my God.
I miss Arizona.
Hey, Miss Arizona.
I can't say all your title. Y'all, USofA just got too many names.
Arizona USofA Diva is very easy. It's my title that... Yeah.
I just say King of the Desert and my classic. Sometimes I forget the USofA. I'm so sorry. I know that Gage is going to watch this later and he's going to cuss at me.
Probably.
Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share it with all of your friends, enemies, and Trump supporters. I actually wrote that in the script this time instead of saying it on ad lib. You can subscribe to us as a podcast, and I'm so happy. We are almost to 1,000 downloads.
Oh, wow.
Our most listened to episode, I think, is Sister Indica, and Teddy Michael is thereafter, and then there's one more, and I always forget it. But y'all like the podcast. I can see that. I can see Data is my life.
That's because they don't have to look at us.
I mean, or they don't have, because, you know, when you watch on Facebook, it kind of puts it down here,
Right.
and then if we show something on the screen, they're like, oh, I can't see
Right.
it. Anyway, and then if you close Facebook, then you can't.
You can't keep right.
Podcasts, you
Right.
just play and.
Right.
So find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and more. Somebody sent me a network that we should be on. I will work on that. Anchor is being bought by Spotify, so we were gonna go to Anchor too, but it looks like Spotify is the place to be, so we're already on there. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't follow Freddy on Twitter, because he don't post nothing. Unless I post something on his page, then it goes to his Twitter. So exhausting. I am the social media manager of us two.
I handle my Instagram pretty okay, although I have to admit, the last couple weeks my Instagram, I haven't done much of my Instagram. Like, I haven't
You
gone,
have not.
Like, not in the last couple weeks. I've been fucking
Or you
busy.
post for a show, and then it's like 4 days later.
And then I forget. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what?
I fucking checked my personal Instagram, and there was a message from one of my really good friends that had been sitting there for like
How
2
long?
weeks,
Oh, Jesus.
telling me she was pregnant. I was like, sorry.
I'm glad it wasn't 6 months or something, because
Congratulations.
you would have been like...
I forget things.
You would have been like, why is there a baby on your Instagram?
I know. What happened? Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you.
We'll see you
And
next
we will see you next week.
for your Wednesday night conversation. This has been Let's Have Fefe, and good night.
Good night, everybody.
If I can find the stop button, I can't find the